Hey, what's up guys? I was gonna do a rule update video as in like my normal editing style, but my computer is being dumb. So I'm just gonna run through some of the changes and also, just pretty much how you play the game. Sweet. So on turn 1, the first player has 4 cards, and the second player has 5 cards. On turn 1, you have 1 action point to play with, as well as your opponent. They have 1 action point, and what action points are, number in the corner. This is action point and also attack point. I have 1 action point, so I would play Zombie onto the board, and your board only has 4 slots that you can play with. And as before, you only can play up to 2. I don't have a 0 in my hand, otherwise I would probably play 0 to play alongside it. You only go up to play 2 pages in a turn. Now, here's the biggest change from my last rule video. I have gotten rid of the entire point phase system. So what that means, it is no longer draw phase, play phase, attack phase, point phase, end phase. It is now just draw phase, play phase, battle phase, and then your end phase. So the way you gain points now is by killing your opponent's pages on the board. So if your opponent's board looked like this and your board looked like this during your battle phase, you can attack Charcoal Salamander, which has 3 into one of these. This one has Mighty, so this has to be attacked first. So the 3 would attack the 1, it would die, and then you would gain 1 point into your point goal. The first person to 15 points wins the match. So yeah, this system is way easier to understand than the last one, and also during your play phase, your pages have summoning sickness. They can't attack immediately unless they have the ability Storm, which is basically charge or haste. And another change in my game, the 3 cost cards are played differently because I've lowered your max mana in any turn to 2 instead of 3, and then how you play this is you subtract the difference between 3 and 2 from your point goal. So basically, if you have no points, you cannot play a 3. You have to have at least 1 point to play the 3 because it subtracts 1 point from your point goal to play it. That's your cost. So yeah, and also, it's the same battling rules as before. The bigger number kills the 1 stays alive, lower number would be dead if it attacked, and then the same number, they both die. But with this new system, if I attack the zombie into Hermit Cat, which they're both at 1s, that means they both die. But since I killed a page from my opponent from the board, I get +1 point to my point goal as well. So yeah, that's the first rule change. The second rule change is called the recycle bin. This mechanic is interesting and unique to my game. My friend Derek thought it up, and I was just so excited when he told me about it because it fits the game so well. The recycle bin is, this one has Mighty, so if I attack Charcoal Salamander into my precisely placed bricks, precisely placed bricks would die. This would stay the same, just like before. Since this page has been erased by my opponent, either by an attack or an ability, it would go into a side deck right next to your main deck. And this is, I didn't think about this very well. It goes into a side deck that you can pull out during your draw phase at any time. The max it is 3. So let's say this card and this card were in your recycle bin, and I would kill Hermit Cat with my Charcoal Salamander. I would get the point, but your opponent would have no choice to put it into the recycle bin because your recycle bin is full at 3. And you might be wondering, why is there a side deck that you build up during your game? It's because you can play from it. So during your draw phase, you can choose not to draw from your sketchbook, to draw any page from your recycle bin instead. The main thing about the recycle bin is heroes cannot go into your recycle bin because their effects are usually way too good to just keep pulling it back even for a second time. And also, the same page that would go into your recycle bin cannot ever go back into your recycle bin. A duplicate page can, but this specific page can never go back into your recycle bin. It would have to just be erased into your graveyard or garbage. But basically, that is the main change in this game and why I haven't put out this video, because I really love this mechanic and I kind of didn't want anybody to steal it, but it seems like this community is really good and everybody's super nice. But also, I asked some of you guys in the TCG creator community to review some of my cards, and I realized I didn't put out a video explaining the new rules. So some of them, like Puffmeister, was getting all this information based on the first rule video ever made, and I've made so many changes since then, as you can see. But basically, this is what has changed in my game. So thank you so much. Have a great and beautiful week.